Brooklyn here again. Welcome to another one of Brooklyn's book talks. Today this book in question is Classic Women's Poetry. Now from the title you may imagine that the book itself is about, it's all poetry and it's told, like each poem is from a woman from classic literature pretty much. Each poem addresses a different theme, whether it's love, death, anguish, betrayal, heartbreak, relationships, anything like that. Some of the poetry is written by the Bronte sisters, so Charlotte, Emily and Anne, as well as many other famous names from history. And also Elizabeth I, actually, this poetry collection mentions quite a few of her poems, which I found to be a bit of a surprise because, truthfully, I didn't actually know that Elizabeth I was a poet, and I didn't know that she wrote any poetry. So I guess I learned that I, didn't know as much about her as I thought, but there you go. There's always room for learning, and that just goes to show. I really like, some of these opening lines. This one is by Elizabeth I, and it's called On Monsieur's Departure, and I can't do a French accent for crap, so there you go. Anyway, I just found these first couple of lines really powerful, so I'll just share them with you. I grieve and dare not show my discontent. I love and yet am forced to seem to hate. I do, yet dare not say I ever meant. I seem stark, mute, but inwardly do prate. I am and not. I freeze and yet am burned, since from myself another self I turned. Now, I definitely want to do more research into that poem because I just found that to be really raw and effective, and I love the symbolism that was mentioned there. And that was really amazing to know that one of England's greatest queens, Elizabeth I, of course the daughter of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, wrote and dabbled in poetry and all that sort of stuff. I had picked this up from the library in the poetry section there. I found it by chance. Each poem, as I said, addressed a different theme, and I was introduced to Emily Dickinson, her poetry. I had of course heard of Emily Dickinson before, but I've never properly had the chance to explore her poetry. But with these few that were mentioned here, I definitely want to do so. I really like this poem by her, The Soul Selects, and again I'll just read out a couple of lines. The soul selects her own society, then shuts the door on her divine majority. Obtrude no more, unmoved, she notes the chariots pausing at her low gate. And it just goes on, about one woman's soul and everything like that. But the last two lines are actually very effective. They're not what I thought they would be, and I found them to be very raw. And this poem definitely let me think more as well. Another one that I found to be really upsetting and heartbreaking, but amazing and powerful, is a poem on the death of Anne Bronte by her sister Charlotte. I love the Bronte sisters. I think they're all amazing in their own different ways. Just such intriguing, fascinated women. But this first paragraph absolutely killed me. Charlotte Bronte on the death of Anne. There's little joy in life for me, and little terror in the grave. I've lived the parting hour to see of one I would have died to save. How powerful is that? That I think just sums up so simply Charlotte's love for her sister Anne. It's just amazing. And here's an excerpt from one of Anne's poems, A Reminiscence, and this first stanza of it, the first four lines, just sets the scene for the rest of the poem. Yes, thou art gone, and nevermore thy sunny smile shall gladden me. but I may pass the old church door and pace the floor that covers thee. Doesn't that just give you an image of, you know, one entering a church and, you know, stepping over one's resting place of one that one has loved. Yes, I say one a lot. That just, yeah, that really visualizes things for me, that's for sure. And this one too, this is the following stanza. May stand upon the cold, damp stone and think that frozen lies below. The lightest heart that I have known, the kindest I shall ever know. That just speaks so much grief and love and amazing, I think. So yes, that just gives you guys a taste of some of the Bronte sisters poems as seen in classic women's poetry. This whole book was full of so many emotional and beautiful poems. For one, I'm a massive poetry fan. I can't get enough of it. I just find it just opens up the soul and really just speaks to me through those words, and it's amazing. Just wow, I can't rave enough. Anyway, do give this book a look if you love poetry. You'll just find it under classic women's poetry. That's what it's called, and yes, it's a compendium of amazing poetry from women in literature. Thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the rest of your day, and of course, happy reading.